Okay, children, let us start today with atoms and molecules. Now, what is an atom? Atom is the smallest particle which forms an element which may or may not exist independently. Now, if I write C, that means it shows one atom of carbon. If I write O, it shows one atom of oxygen. So when I write only the symbol of an element, it represents one atom of the element. Now most of the elements cannot stay in nature in its atomic state, except 6 elements are there which can remain in nature in its atomic state. For example, the noble gases: helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. These are called as noble gas or inert gas or rare gas. So these are found in nature in its atomic state. But what about other gases? Think about hydrogen. Hydrogen we write H2. Similarly, oxygen we write O2. Nitrogen we write N2. Now here, whatever we have written, these represents molecule. So what is a molecule? A molecule is the smallest particle of a substance which can remain in nature independently. Clear? Means it can stay in nature independently without the help of any other atom. Clear? Or without the help of any other element. Now this molecule H2, O2, N2, here you can see H2 means 2 atoms of hydrogen. They are linked with each other. And thus a molecule of hydrogen has been formed. Similarly, O2 means 2 atoms of oxygen are linked with each other. Actually they are bonded with each other. Linked means bonded. And a molecule of oxygen has been formed. Similarly with nitrogen. So in this way, molecules may be made up of same element, as you can see in case of hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, or it can be formed of 2 different elements. Now whenever 2 different elements will combine with each other and form a molecule, then that will be called as a compound. Clear? So when we write carbon dioxide, you write carbon dioxide as CO2. So this is a molecule of carbon dioxide. And this molecule is made up of 3 atoms. What are they? 1 atom of carbon and 2 atoms of oxygen. Clear? So this represents a molecule of carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide is a compound of carbon and oxygen. So what is a compound? A compound is a substance which is made up of two or more atoms of elements which are chemically bound by a definite mass. Similarly, water, you write as H2O. So this water is also a molecule made up of two different elements. One element is hydrogen, another element is oxygen. Now what does H2O mean? H2O means it is a molecule of water, and this molecule of water is made up of two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. Clear? Similarly, think of ammonia. You write as NH3. So this represents a molecule of ammonia. It is also made up of two different elements, nitrogen and hydrogen. And in one molecule of ammonia, one atom of nitrogen and three atoms of hydrogen are present. So it is also a compound. Remember, if two or more elements, atoms of two or more elements combine in a definite proportion by mass, then it will be called as a compound. Clear? And whenever compound is formed, its characteristics are totally different from the characteristics of the elements of which it is formed. Let me give you an example of water. You know, hydrogen and oxygen, they are both gas, right? Oxygen helps in burning and hydrogen itself it burns. Now whenever they combine chemically to give rise to water molecule, the properties of water is totally different from hydrogen and oxygen. It has its own new set of properties. That means whenever a compound is formed, the compound will have all of its new properties. It will not retain any of the properties of its constituent elements. So water, now both hydrogen and oxygen are gases. Whenever they combine to form water, water is a liquid. As I said, oxygen is a supporter of burning. Hydrogen itself burns. Now water helps in extinguishing fire. So you can understand how the properties are totally changing. So always remember, whenever a compound will form, its properties will be totally different from the properties of its constituent elements. Clear? So again, in your book you will find there is a chart where compounds are there, different compounds are there, the names are there, and you will have to memorize the compounds and their formula. Clear? If you want to see, I can show you in the book. See, here is a chart where some compounds and their formulae that's given. You will have to write this chart in your chemistry copy and to learn it. Similarly, in the previous page, also here you can see the name of elements and their symbols are there. This you have to learn. This chart you have to write in your chemistry copy on the blanks page, on the white page of your chemistry copy. And similarly, this one also you have to write in your chemistry copy on the blank page and you have to learn. Okay children? So today up to here. In our next class, we will study further about chemical reaction and chemical equation. Thank you. Please don't forget to like the video and share the video as much as you can. Thank you.